The sun beat down on Riverbend like a relentless spotlight, turning the asphalt driveway into a shimmering black mirror. I had just pulled my truck across the entrance, blocking it solid because, damn it, I needed to unload those crates from the base without some idiot kid on a skateboard turning my yard into a demolition derby. Sweat trickled down my neck, mixing with the faint scent of fresh-cut grass from the lawn ID mowed at dawn. And then she stormed out. Karen Thompson, queen of the cul-de-sac, her face already that signature shade of puce, phone glued to her ear like it was an extension of her venom. "You think you can just park like that?" she shrieked, her voice slicing through the humid air sharper than a K-bar knife. "This is a public street. Move it now, or I'll make sure you regret it." I sighed, deep and weary, the kind that rattles in your chest after too many deployments. "Public? Lady, this is my driveway. My property line runs right here." I pointed to the survey stake half buried in the mulch, but she wasn't listening. Oh no, she was already dialing, her manicured nails tapping like machine gun fire. 911? Yes, there's a man, a dangerous-looking one, blocking the entire road. He's one of those types, you know? With that flag flapping like a freak show. My stomach twisted. There it was, the rainbow on my porch, a quiet nod to my husband, Mike, who'd passed 2 years back from that IED in Kandahar. Those types. The slur hung unspoken but loud as thunder in her tone. I felt the old anger flicker, hot and familiar, like the burn of cordite on the wind. Why did it always come back to that? Just trying to live, to breathe in this cookie-cutter hellhole, and bam, prejudice like a sucker punch. The first 3 sentences of this nightmare. Hook. Karen's eyes bulged as sirens wailed closer, her lips curling into that triumphant smirk. Conflict. Shed called the cops on me for parking on my own damn property. All because my truck cast a shadow on her precious petunias. And the twist? She had no idea Shed just poked the bear and he wore stars on his shoulders. Officer Ramirez rolled up in his cruiser, lights flashing lazy blues and reds against the white picket fences. He stepped out, all 6'4" of him, nodding at me like we were old poker buddies. "Morning, Colonel Rivera. Saw your text about the neighbor dispute. What's the play here?" Karen's jaw hit the pavement. "Colonel?" She sputtered, phone slipping from her fingers to clatter on the concrete. "You're military. But that flag, you're one of those gay activists blocking the neighborhood." I chuckled, low and rough, the sound echoing off the garage like distant artillery. "Activist? Ma'am, I'm Commanding Officer Alex Rivera, USMC, with 20 years keeping this country safe while folks like you sip Chardonnay and complain about leaf blowers. And yeah, I'm gay. Proudly. My husband died serving beside me. So maybe dial back the hate speech before you dig that hole any deeper." The air thickened, heavy with the buzz of cicadas and the faint, acrid whiff of exhaust from her Prius idling in the street. Ramirez stifled a grin, his mustache twitching. "Ma'am, this is Colonel Rivera's private drive. Legally, he's in the clear. You got any other concerns?" She froze, her yoga-toned arms flailing like a puppet with cut strings. But he's blocking me. My son's soccer practice. And that abomination of a flag. It's indoctrinating the children. Don't you see? They're everywhere, these people ruining our values." "Ruin?" I stepped closer, my boots crunching gravel, heart pounding with that mix of fury and pity. The kind that makes your throat tight, your vision blur at the edges. "Lady, values? Mine got forged in foxholes, burying brothers while you probably boycotted Target for bathroom signs. Mike's last words? Love wins, Alex. Even here in this suffocating suburb. You want to talk indoctrination? Look in the mirror. Your hate? That's the real poison seeping into those kids' heads." Her son, that lanky teen with the backward cap, peeked from behind her, eyes wide. "Mom, maybe we should just—" "Shut up, Tyler," she snapped, but her voice cracked, a sigh escaping like steam from a kettle about to blow. The outrage in her eyes flickered doubt for a split-second triumph. Or was it fear? The crowd was gathering, now neighbors peering from lace curtains, whispers rustling like dry leaves. Mrs. Patel from across the street waved awkwardly, her sari catching the light. Even old Mr. Jenkins, the vet with the limp, leaned on his cane, muttering, about time someone shut her up. But Karen wasn't done. "Oh, you'll pay for this," she hissed, snatching her phone and jabbing at the screen. "Il sue. They'll post on next door. Everyone will know you're a predator in uniform." Predator? The word landed like shrapnel, ripping open old scars. I remembered the don't ask, don't tell days. Lying awake in barracks, Mike's hand brushing mine under the bunk in secret. The investigations, the slurs from brass who should have known better. My breath hitched, ragged, the summer heat pressing down like a flak jacket. "You done? Because I've got a life to live. One without your bigotry choking the air." Ramirez cleared his throat, the sound like a gavel. "Ma'am, threats like that could be harassment. Colonel's a decorated hero, Purple Heart, Silver Star. You sure you want to go there?" She deflated, just a fraction, but the venom lingered, coiling like smoke. Hero? Him? With that lifestyle? The neighborhood association will hear about this. I turned away, shaking my head, the sigh escaping again, heavy, world-weary. Lifestyle. As if love was a hobby, not the anchor that kept me sane through sandstorms and IED hunts. Unloading those crates heavy with Mike's old letters, photos from our wedding in Provincetown, I felt a twist, sharp and unexpected. Tyler, her boy, sidled up as I hefted a box, his voice barely above the hum of the AC unit. Sir? That flag. My dad's not like Mom. He says you're cool. Sorry about her. She's just scared. You know? Scared." The word hung there, soft as dandelion fluff in the breeze. I paused, muscles aching, the metallic tang of sweat on my lip. "Kid, fear's a hell of a thing, but owning it, that's the battle worth fighting. Tell your dad I said thanks. And hey, maybe next time, grab a skateboard and help an old jarhead out?" He grinned, sheepish, vanishing back to her side as she dragged him toward the house, muttering about lawyers and liberals. But I saw at the crack in her armor, the way her shoulders slumped, defeated not by me, but by the truth shed summoned like a ghost. Word spread through Riverbend like wildfire on dry brush. By evening, my inbox pinged with apologies from the block watch, invites to barbecues ID dodged for years. Even Karen slunk by later, under cover of dusk, her voice a whisper through the fence. I didn't know. About your husband. I'm sorry." Sorry? It echoed hollow, like a spent casing hitting sand. But I nodded, the climax crashing in my chest, not rage, but release. "Yeah, you are." Karma doesn't always roar, folks. Sometimes it's a quiet freeze, the moment your world's built on sand shifts underfoot. In the end, justice isn't revenge, it's reflection, forcing you to face the hate you wield like a shield. And love? It wins every damn time. Even in Riverbend, where the driveways end but the fights, they just begin anew, stronger, braver.